Greetings, dearly beloved. In the Holy Bible, there was a king, the first king of Israel named Saul, and he tried to kill David. And we read about that in 1 Samuel chapter 18 and verse 11. It says, "And Saul cast a javelin, for he said, I will smite David even to the wall with it. And David avoided out of his presence twice." So he's got a javelin in his hand, decides to throw it at David. And David managed to escape. He sent people to David's wife's house because David was married to King Saul's daughter to kill him. He also went seeking for him as well in the wilderness when David had fled to try and kill, he wanted to try and kill David. And even after all of this, we read in the book of 2 Samuel about how David reacted when Saul died, when the man who tried to kill him died. It says in chapter 1 and verse 4 and then 11 to 12. "And David said unto him, How went the matter, I pray thee? Tell me. And he answered, That the people are fled from the battle, and many of the people also are fallen and dead. And Saul and Jonathan his son are dead also." So this was somebody who had came from the battle and was giving David the news that Jonathan and Saul, the man who tried to kill him, is dead. And then in verses 11 to 12 it reads, "Then David took hold on his clothes and rent them, and likewise all the men that were with him. And they mourned and wept and fasted until even for Saul and for Jonathan his son, and for the people of the Lord and for the house of Israel, because they were fallen by the sword." So renting your clothes was a sign of mourning, a sign of being upset. And he was upset that the man who tried to kill him had died. He was also upset that Jonathan had died because Jonathan had been a really good friend to him. He said that Jonathan's love was better than women, because of that kindness that Jonathan had showed him, while Jonathan was alive, even helping him to escape the hands of Saul, which was Jonathan's own dad. He chose to help King David, going against his own dad, King Saul. So you see how kind Jonathan was to David. And in verses, this is still chapter 1, and then verses 19 to 27, it says, "The beauty of Israel is slain upon the high places. How are the mighty fallen? Tell it not in Gath, publish it not in the streets of Ascalon, lest the daughters of the Philistines rejoice, lest the daughters of the uncircumcised triumph. Ye mountains of Gilboa, let there be no dew, neither let there be rain upon you, nor fields or of offerings. For there the shield of the mighty is vilely cast away, the shield of Saul as though he had not been anointed with oil. From the blood of the slain, from the fat of the mighty, the bow of Jonathan turned not back, and the sword of Saul returned not empty. Saul and Jonathan were lovely and pleasant in their lives, and in their death they were not divided. They were swifter than eagles, they were stronger than lions. Ye daughters of Israel, weep over Saul, who clothed you in scarlet with other delights, who put on ornaments of gold upon your apparel. How are the mighty fallen in the midst of the battle? O Jonathan, thou wast slain in thine high places. I am distressed for thee, my brother Jonathan. Very pleasant hast thou been unto me. Thy love to me was wonderful, passing the love of women. How are the mighty fallen and the weapons of war perished? I didn't realize I was going to read it there where it says that his love passed the love of women because of how kind he was to him. And I share this to say, wow, Saul tried to kill David, and when David heard of his news, instead of rejoicing, instead of saying, yes, you deserved it, you tried to kill me, God got you back, shame on you, he rent his clothes, he mourned. He said that Saul was lovely. A man that tried to kill him, he called him lovely. And I believe that there are very few people watching this that where somebody actually tried to kill them, if any. And what do you say about the people who are mean to you? I want you to think, what do you think about the people who are mean to you or who hurt you, who have said bad things to you? How do you speak about them to others? If you still see them, how do you speak to them? I want to encourage you not to speak bad about them, not to think bad thoughts about them, not to devise evil on your bed, in your house, on your sofa, in your car, and think, how can I get this person back? How can I make them hurt because they made me hurt? What bad words can I say to them because they said bad words to me? How can I insult them as they insulted me? How can I offend them because they offended me? Rather, let us not be overcome with evil, but overcome evil with good. Let us speak kind words to them. Let us do good when we have an opportunity. Praise God. As the Holy Bible says, do good unto all men, especially those of the household of faith. Let us love because love overcomes evil. Praise God. Let us let us have the law of kindness in our mouth. Let our words be seasoned with salt. Let us minister grace to the hearer. Let us love our enemies and bless those who curse us, and pray for those who despitefully use us. Praise God. Pray for their salvation. That's the greatest blessing that we can give them, for them to be born again of the Spirit and of the water. Praise God. For them to have God and His Son. And let us not rejoice if we hear something like they got a fine, they got a car ticket, they, got caught doing some evil. Let us not rejoice. Even in the Holy Bible, in the book of Proverbs and chapter 24 and verse 17 and 18, it says, rejoice not when thy enemy falleth, and let not thy heart be glad when he stumbleth, lest the Lord see it and it displease him, and he turn away his wrath from him. By you doing that, by you rejoicing, it is displeasing unto our wonderful, kind, amazing Papa in heaven. He doesn't want us to rejoice when our enemies fall. Somebody's bad unto you and now you hear they've got some evil disease, some terminal illness, or they're just sick, they're unwell. It's not for us to rejoice and think that they deserved it. No. Instead, we should think good things about them, or think nothing at all. Praise God. If you don't want to think, good things about them, you don't want to think about them, they're out of your life now, you don't want to remember that, that's okay. But you don't want to think bad thoughts about them and be wishing them evil in your heart and hoping that things go bad for them, and that the things that they want in life that they don't get, and everything that they put their hands on to falls to the ground and dies. We definitely don't want to be thinking those type of things. Praise God. Let us be like King David, who, when he heard of the man that tried to kill him was dead, he mourned, he wept, and he spoke good things about him, because there were good things that Saul did too. And anybody who does evil, I can guarantee that there's a good thing that they've done, even if we don't know about it. And so praise God, let us not be overcome with evil, but let us overcome evil with good. Praise God.